Hey everyone, my name is Till. Welcome to this setup guide for DirectoryStack 2.0. In this video, I'll walk you through all the steps needed to set up your DirectoryStack template. From getting the source code from GitHub, setting up the environment variables and setting up the third-party services, and deploying your site to the internet. So let's get started. Alright, so after you've purchased the boilerplate template, you will automatically receive an email from me and GitHub. This is an invitation that you should accept to get access to the GitHub repo. The GitHub repo is called DirectoryStack. It includes the foundation and all of the extensions. If you purchase the foundation model, you will only get access to the foundation. If you purchase the foundation plus tier, you will get access to the foundation plus all of the current and future extensions. So let's click into foundation. Here we have several ways of getting the source code actually. We can click on code, can download a zip file. We have a URL to clone. We can use the GitHub CLI. Whatever you want, whatever feels best for you. Here you see the code from the foundation model, GitHub. You have a thorough README here, which is also a setup guide. You can also just follow the README. What you can also do is just follow the documentation on the website. So, that's the first step. We need to clone the repository to get the source code. Let's move to the top again. What you see here is a code, the HTTPS code. This is what we need. Clone using the web URL. All right, and next we go to your VS Code instance. All right, here we are at a new instance of VS Code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cd into coding and then git clone and paste the URL and give it a name. The name we'll be using now. Using now is an example project that I want to create together with you here. All right, now we want to cd into using now and open this folder up. All right, you already have all the source code now within a minute of this video. Great. So what we can do now is open up the README file. This README file is exactly the same as the one you saw on GitHub. So let's see, you get a feature overview again, but we are setting this up. So you open your favorite IDE, create a folder, click clone git repository. This is what we done. You should now have the code on your local machine. This is exactly what we got. So step one, set up the environment. So we have an environment file example. This is the one. You can see here it's called env.local.example, and we should rename it to env.local. Let's do so by removing the example. Done. Ensure it contains all the necessary environment variables. So what we have is node env, dev server. I will explain them later. We have an API secret. We have some Supabase stuff. Sentry and OpenAI. This is what we are going to do in this video. So, dev environment. Leave node env as development in env.local. We will need to update this later when we're deploying, but for now it can leave at development. If you want to change your dev server, your local dev server to something like 8888, you can do so here as well. Next, generate a secure passphrase and set it as API secret key. So as this is a video, we make as a super secret password, 123 exclamation. So this is our password now. Obviously choose something else. In Vercel JSON, replace your RPE secret key with the passphrase you just created. All right. Let's take this, go to the file Vercel JSON, and replace this part with the key we just created. We do this to protect our endpoints. We're not going to talk about this in this video, but we are setting up 2 cron jobs for the notification system to recurrently run. And these are server actions, and they need to be protected with a password. So this is the password. And that's why you need to have a secure one. All right, let's save this. Let's go back to the README. And we are already up at Supabase. So let's have a look at Supabase. I'm going to open Supabase on another window. And here it is. It's getting the window. Let's sign up. Do you have an account? No, we need to sign up. I just created a new email address, which is support@usingnow. And we need a password. So I'm going to create one. You can see it. I will just delete it later. So sign up. So we need to confirm this. Give me a minute. I will confirm it. So what's the name of the of your company? We use Using Now. It's a startup, and we want to have the free plan. So let's create an organization. We're just waiting for a second here. All right. So create a new project. Organization is using .now. Project name is project. We can also name it the same. We need a strong data password. Let's generate it, but we need to copy it. The reason is why we need to copy it. This is our database password. So let's go to the env, copy and paste the database password that we just created. And let's go back. Choose a region. I'm in Germany, so Sentry EU is fine. And create a project. So this will take a few seconds. And we can already do the next things. So let me quickly window. So what's written in here? You can use retrieve and set the following in your env.local. So next public Supabase URL. Then we have the next public Supabase anon key. And we have the Supabase service role key. So what you find here. Never work with such tiny windows. So what you can do is you can find them here already, but if you don't have them, go to project settings, data API, and here you have the URL. I should put here. We have the anon key, which would be here, and with the service role key, which needs to be revealed and put here. You should never share them like I just am here. Because with this, you have basically an all-access pass to the backend. So let's go back to the README. We are actually done with Supabase already, so we can move on and create a free account at Resend. All right, so we want to have a Resend account to send emails. Supabase has a generous free tier for sign up and password change emails and so on and so forth. but we want to have a production-ready solution, so we are creating a good email provider here. So let's create an account. We can click here for sign up. I'm entering my new using now. A very secure password. I will also change this one. Create an account, update, and again I will need to verify my email address. So I received an email from them and I can click confirm account. We need to follow the guide for integrating it with Supabase. So let's click this link and let's continue with what we need here. So Supabase with SMTP. Learn how to integrate Supabase auth with Resend SMTP. So what we need is we need to create an API key and we need to verify our domain. So we get the Resend SMT credentials. This is it. SMT for 465 Resend and your API key. We just created an API key here. So go to your Supabase project, click on project settings, select the authentication tab. So this is our Supabase instance. We go into our project if you're not already in it. We click on the authentication tab, and now we need find the SMT section and toggle enable custom SMTP. Or I'm guessing emails SMTP enable custom SMTP. We toggle it on. What we now need is a configure the sender information for your email. So the sender name will be support using now. The sender name will be support using now. So now we have the custom SMTP provider credentials that we need here. We can just copy them from SMTP Resend. 465 was already here. The username is Resend and the password is the API key. All right, now click Save Changes. We don't want to save this. And this is done. So add your sender email and name. We did this. You can copy and paste the SMTP credentials. This is what we did. Afterwards, you can click the Save button and all your emails will be sent through Resend. All right, we did this. Perfect. So let's do one more thing while we're here. We want to set up a domain. So we add a domain. This will be mail.using now. And region can be island. This is fine. We add this. Now I have to go to my registrar and update these records. So give me 1 second. All right, now I just opened up my registrar Namecheap, and here we have the domain using now.com. If you're interested how to buy a domain or how to set up an email for your domain, let me know in the comments, and I will create a little guide for you as well. So what we need to do is go and manage, or whatever your registrar, there's something different. Here we have to go to the advanced DNS. Didn't go through. All right, I already set up Zoho Mail, which is my email provider. So what we need to do is we need to add some records here. Let me do this quickly. So we add a new record here. We have the host. Well, the host name is actually sent mail. The value is this, and the priority is 10. So we're saving this. But wants us to let the save. Doesn't. Does. Okay, I will continue here. So we need to enter all the text records. So we have this send mail as Amazon SES. So Resend is using Amazon SES in the background. So we need to allow it. We do this. We add another text record here for the domain key. This is DKIM, just protection against spam, so no one else can use your email. Then we save this. We already have DMARC set up, but we can do so. Let's do another text. Copy the host, copy the data, and leave this as automatic. Save, and we are good to go. So we can click here. I've added the records. This will check. It will take 30 minutes or so to be working. As you see, this is pending now. Hey, future till here. So all the DNS records were verified. After 30 minutes, this was done. The next step is to ensure that click tracking is disabled, as well as open tracking needs to be disabled. Otherwise, email providers like Gmail will put your sign-up emails into spam, and you don't want this. Now let's go to the next step. Create a paid account on OpenAI and generate an API key. So I already have this set up. So let's have a look. Copy your new API key and add it to your env.local as OpenAI API key. All right. So here we are now at OpenAI. I blurred all my current projects and the API keys because you don't need to see this. But you will, once you create an account, you can create an account, a company account. Then you create a project. Then you click on this and the settings, and you see API keys here. You go then on create new secret key. What you do here is name it. I will call it using now. It's part of my default project, yes. You can give all permissions here. Then click on create secret key. Then you created a new one. So you won't be able to see this again. So copy it now. And let's go back to VS Code. So let's paste this in here. You can see it now. I will definitely deactivate it after this video, but save it. And this is already it with OpenAI. So let's go to the last provider, which is called Sentry. So let's copy this link, open it up. So we use Sentry for error tracking. Next.js has already some capabilities, but we definitely want to know very quickly when something is going wrong with our directory. So we use a free account at Sentry, and don't you worry, everything is set up already. So what we're going to do is I enter my name here. Organization name is using now. It is support at using now, and password, just create a new one. Storage location, for me it's the European Union, and I accept the terms, and let's click create account. All right, so welcome to Sentry. We can skip the onboarding because everything is already built for you. What we do need is we go to the using now. We go to, I believe it's organization settings, then the auth tokens. And here we create a new auth token, give it a name, using now, website, and create the auth token, and then copy it and paste it as the auth token. Add the project's DSN. So what we can do is in Sentry, we just go to the organization settings again and click DSN, click on it. You have no projects, we need to make one. So we have a Next.js project, click on it. Alert me on high priority issues. This is good. If you want to connect a messaging app like Slack, Discord, or so on, you can do so here. I just use email for this one. We call this project using now and create it. All right. So in the project, we need to click on settings. Then we go to the SDK setup, client key DSN. We click on copy, and this is exactly what we need for here. All right. So let me get back to this. We added the project's DSN, the client keys, and we are done with setting up the environment and all the third parties. A future till here. So I just refactored the code a little bit, and you see two new entries here, Sentry org and Sentry project. So what you do is you go to Sentry.io, log into your account, go to organization settings, and the organization slug is a unique ID. You copy this and use it as the Sentry org, and the Sentry project is the name of the project you created. So go to projects, and here you see using dash now. Copying this, using dash now. All right, let's go on with the next step. The next step is that we need to install all the Next.js packages locally. So let's open up a new terminal, copy and paste this command. If you haven't set up pnpm, do so, install it. It's much better than npm. Let's wait a second. All right, this is done. Successfully installed everything, and we can go to the next step. Here we create the database structure. So we only set up a project within Supabase, and now we need to fill it with data. If you don't have the Supabase CLI, I highly recommend that you install it. Follow this guide. Let me quickly see if I have it open. Yes, I do. Follow this page, and you basically only need to install it with one command. If you're on Windows, this is it. You don't need to update it or install Docker. This is not needed. Perfect. So what do we need? We need to npx Supabase login. Let's do this. and say hello from Supabase. Please enter or press enter to open browser and log in automatically. I will do this. And it's logging me in at another browser. So this is what I'm getting. Your Supabase account is being used to log in on Supabase CLI. Please enter this verification code. So I'm copying it, copy pasting it here, press enter, and I'm logged in. All right, let's go on with the next step. npx Supabase link. Just copy and paste it here. This is the one project we created. If you have multiple projects in a Supabase that is already full of projects, you will see multiple ones. Yeah, select the one that is your current project and press enter. And then now we'll ask you for the database password. I will open it up quickly, and that's why we also stored it in your env.local file. I'm copy and pasting it, closing it. Copy paste it here and press enter. It will always give some warnings or change some stuff here. This is completely fine. We can just ignore it. Next, we will push the database migration file. So let's copy paste on this. Yes. So we want to have the database structure from the core structure. And yes, we want the seed file as well. And this is it. So now let's go verify what we have. Here is the browser again. Here is the Supabase instance with our project using now. What we can do now, go to the table editor and see that we have tables. Perfect. What else can we do? We can also verify that we have storage buckets. The storage buckets are here. Click them and we should have avatars, listing images, and so on. These basically are tables storing images and other data, while the table has all the table cells in it. All right, this worked already. So let's go to the next step. Configure email and password authentication. So in Supabase, navigate to email templates under auth templates. Let's find this here quickly. This is under authentication, emails, templates. So we're here. Replace the current body of confirm sign up. Email template with the following content, yada, yada, yada. So we're copy and pasting this H2 and the P's. H2 and the P's, confirm your sign up. And click save changes. This is so Resend knows, or after your user signs up, knows where to send the hash, so that we really know that the user is the user. All right, this is it. So see your website in action. Let's run pnpn dev. And it should be up and running on. Let's see. Might take a bit for the first time to load. There it is. Your website in action. Congratulations. All right. So with this, you may see some warnings on the landing page. This is expected until some content is added. So with the warnings, this is it. It seems like there are no listings because you don't have listings at the moment. So let's go with the next steps. Create yourself as a user and another user for your bots. In the navigation bar, click sign up to navigate to the sign up page, complete the sign up process, verify your email. If you haven't set up Resend in the previous step, the email will come from no reply at Supabase, but they have a strict limit for only sending out 3 emails per hour and only to your own email address. So users cannot sign up using this method. Let's start with the first 3. So let's click on sign up. The admin button will already show, but this is not working because we don't have an admin yet. Let's see. With Next.js 15, it all got a little bit slower. Don't you worry, on the live website, once we deployed it, it will be very quick because everything will be a static page. For now, everything has to be rendered on the spot. So let's create a user. I will create my support at using now user and a new password. Click on sign up, save it. And there was an error. So let's fix this error. All right, so this is a good example of how you can also fix errors whenever you see them. So I went into Supabase, had a look at the logs, specifically here the auth logs, because something happened while auth. You can see all the errors or everything that is happening, and there was an error sending confirmation email. And if I go down here, I can see that the error is could not send email. The using.now domain is not verified. Please add and verify domain at resend.com/domains. I've been there, and then I saw the email that I registered with Resend was actually mail.using.now. So what I have to do is not, the sender email cannot be support@using.now, but will be support@mail.using.now. So let's save this. Go back to the sign up and try again with the same credentials. And it should work this time. It did. All right, let me check my mails in another account. It takes a bit. So this is the email I just received. Support is using.now, confirm your email. I will click now this confirm your email link. If you want to style this email, as we just did, go to emails, go to templates, and here you can style this one. Okay, clicking on this link in the email, open up another window, but this is not an issue. Let's wait a second for it to load. You can see it, it's loading. All right, we are logged in. And here you can see it's support@using.now, the user we just created. Perfect. So I will close this window to be here again. What are we doing next? Let's have a look. All right, the admin button will already be visible, but it will be not working. Go to your Supabase dashboard, select the user tables in the table editor and find your user entry. This is exactly what we can do. Perfect. Here at supabase.com, we select the table editor, search for the users table, and this is the user that we just created. So we are going to a super admin, double click this again, and change this to true. So now we are a super admin, and this is the only way that a user can get a super admin, only here. Perfect. Next step, while we're here, add a second user by clicking insert and insert row and give it the ID. So we copy and paste this ID. Go back to Supabase, insert row, give it this ID, and then hit save down here. All right, and this is the bot user. It will be associated with all activities that are not user caused, but bot caused or platform caused. Perfect. As we're caching the user object, you will need to revalidate it. Head over to account user profile and make a change to your profile. This will trigger a revalidation of the user object. All right, so we go to user settings. And now we change something like my personal site, https is til.gg. And then we hit update. And this is the moment we will get the admin status back. So let me refresh this page. And here you see the admin area button. Let's click it. And voila, you're now accessing the admin dashboard. This is only possible as you are the super that we just set to true here. Perfect. This is the foundation, and this is what an admin sees. Multiple dashboards here, listings, categories, tags manager, activities, notification, users, and config. So this is not the video to explain everything, but we will use some of the parts in the following. So let's continue. We are done with the, step 6. Let's go to step 7. Configure your platform. In the admin dashboard, navigate to the configuration settings, fill out all required fields in every section and tab. This ensures your directory reflects your business details. So I just did this already. Unfortunately, I didn't record. So what you need to do, we have a lot of tabs here. These are configurations that you can set within your platform to change something on your platform. Usually, because you have direct access to the source code, you could also change it in the source code. But I was thinking that for some stuff, it would be just easier to create this configuration page, so you can just change it here. Read through all of these items, fill them out. So the company name, for example, using now. If you have a parent company or legal name, put it here. Tags, number, what is the URL? Do you have a support email? All this information will be used throughout the platform at various places. So make sure to fill it out. And if you don't have something, just delete it and leave it blank. Hit save settings, and it will be handled in the backend. We have the company information. We have some marketing information. So for example, for Google, the meta title, description, keywords. You have some social media handles like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube. Add them here. Then the landing page. The landing page is what? Let me open up a new tab here. This is the landing page. And here you see all .now websites, the ultimate resource directory of all things .now. You can actually change this text from here, even in all 4 languages. So let's say the ultimate resource directory for all things .now, and we want to have it translated. As we don't speak French or Spanish maybe, we can just hit translate with Google, with AI, and OpenAI just did all the translations for us. If we hit save now and visit the website from Spain, this one will be filled out now. The breaker 1 subtitle text is this here. If you quickly want to change it, you can do it, but you can also change it directly from the source code. Then you have a banner. This is the top banner. You can toggle it on and off from the admin page and change the text. Then you can set up testimonials. So I just did this one till admin best site ever. And you will see this here, best site ever. Then we have frequently asked questions. Here's one question answer pair at the moment. If you want to add more, you can do so here. Hit save settings and refresh, and all the changes will be live immediately. All right, so listings. Listings is what a single item in your directory is called. You can rename this here. So if you have a directory of people, you can name it people. If you have a directory of photos, you can just call it photos or whatever. I would suggest leaving it at listings because everyone understands it, but you can definitely change it here. This part is important. This is how AI will know what your directory is about. So this is a system prompt for all types of AI generation. So enter it here. A listing is a detailed description of a website that is using .now domain. The more specific you are, the better it is for the AI. The next thing is a schema type. This depends on your directory. So if you have a directory of businesses, for example, then choose local businesses. If you have a directory of books, do creative work here. If you have a directory of software applications like AI tools, for example, or any other niche tools, use this one, people. And if you don't know or unsure, take thing. This will let Google know, hey, this directory is about AI tools. So whenever or software applications or directory or books or whatever. And so they are able to list you better. Then you have some on-off decisions that you can toggle on or off here. For example, pre-approve new listings. Whenever a new user signs up and creates a listing, you want to pre-approve this listing, or do you want to just be published immediately? You have the same thing for updates. So if you already have a approved listing and it will be updated, do you want to approve this update or not? And then we have autoclaim by listing creator. This is not important for now. Read the text. This is rather something for when you get bigger. And then we have the meta title and meta description for the search engines again. We do have the same thing for categories and tags, so meta titles and descriptions, and then you can change the name of the word category. If you have something else, you can put it here. Activity tracking, also not important at the moment. Read it here, and this is just the bot user we just created. If you give it another ID, you have to change it here. User authentication. Do you want to allow user signups? If not, deactivate this toggle. And then last but not least, we have the locales. Here you can set the default language. As you might have seen, the platform comes out of the box in 4 languages: English, German, French, and Spanish. And here you can change the default language. Yeah, and hit save. and every thing should be immediate. We can just test this. If we enter test here, save settings, go back to the page, refresh it, and you see immediately it's updated in the website. Perfect. So let's continue with the next step. So the next step, step 8, brainstorm and add tags and categories. Consider how to group your listings. Each listing can have one category and multiple tags. Log into your admin dashboard, navigate to categories and tags, add your desired categories and tags. You can have multi-level subcategories if needed, something like web hosting, reseller, shared hosting, so a hierarchy here. Do whatever feels right for your directory. What you can do and what I would suggest is that you talk to Claude, talk to ChatGPT about your plans and brainstorm tags and categories together. So what I will be doing here, let's click on category. We want to add a new category. I will just make it plain and simple now. So as I'm having a directory of websites using the .now domain, and I'm really interested in the domain part of the website actually, I will have a category of live. This is a live website using the .now, a website that is live and uses .now domains. Uses a now domain. We don't need a URL here because it's not being clicked. If we have another category, we can set it as a parent category, so make the hierarchies here. If we want to group it somewhere, you can also create a category group to group certain categories together, if it makes sense. But we don't have this here. Set it up in emoji if you want. I don't want this now. You can have a hero image for the category, even a small image, some background color. This is not needed for now. I just hit create. You can the headline and the description can also be created via AI. You just need the category name. Hit create with AI, and it will create everything for you. All right, now that we have a category, let's go to the tags. Let's do a tag. All right, I just had to restart my PC. The RAM usage was all over the place. Should be working out. So let's go to tags, add a new tag. As mentioned, I want to cluster my websites into the different niches. One niche can be e-commerce. So now I can also show you the generate AI content. So top e-commerce sites using .now domains, discover the best e-commerce websites utilizing .now domains for seamless online shopping experience and innovative digital solutions. So you might rank for this. No URL, no group here. No emoji, no images here. So let's hit create. And now we have one tag and one category, and we can now continue with the next step. Next. All right. Add your first listing. So we need one category and one tag to be able to create a listing. So let's go back and create our first listing. All right, so here you have the listing overview. Of course, we don't have a listing yet. So let's add a listing. All right, so here we see the editor to create a listing. What do we need? Or let's go through all the control panels. So Is this admin published? Let's do yes. Only admins can see this. Is this user published? Yes. The affiliate link, which should be, or the link which users will be redirected to when clicking on the website. This one will be just using now. Is this an affiliate link? No. So the website is called using now. What we can do here is add a description, an excerpt. What is this again? So we have a software application, like an AI tool here. We choose a live website because using now will be a live website at some point. It's not an e-commerce, but this doesn't matter for now. You can have some visuals here. Capture website screenshot will not work at the moment because using now, or this website is not live yet. It's still localhost, but you can use this once a live or the website is up, and also capture the website favicon. So for now, and I can also not generate with AI at the moment because using now is a blank website at the moment. Perfect, let's create it for now so that we have a listing. That was successful. What should we do next? Let's have a look. Click on create and refresh the page to see it on your website. So this is how easy we can create a listing. And if you were using a live website here, you are able to press generate with AI and the description, the excerpt will be filled out using AI. So we're back at our website with a nice hero title we had. And here you see the first listing. So it's automatically got a new badge here and a approved badge because we created it as an admin. So it is approved and belongs to us. It's a new because it's, I believe it's 7 days is the cutoff. 7 days, this listing will have the new badge. So it's most liked, and it's also like the most recently added one because we only have one. So let's click on it and have a look at our first listing. All right, here the listing just loaded. We get a placeholder image. We get some information about the verified owner, which is me, the tag and the category. We can visit the website, clicking this button. We can share it on Facebook, on X. We can see some information here. We can like it. We see the title. We don't see a description because we didn't have any. We currently don't see any. You may also like other listings because we don't have any other listings. But this is our first listing. So now that we have that, we can continue with the next step. Let's have a look. So we added our first listing. We can now customize our visuals. We can set a logo, the icon, some open graph images, and some other images. We can change the color scheme. This is something that you can do. It's basically about what you can see here, replace something. So public assets, logos, logo for dark PNG. So let's go into, where is it? Public assets, logos, logo for dark PNG. This is a placeholder logo. This is the logo that you're currently seeing on this website. So you can change it and it will not directly reflect these changes, but once you restart the dev server, you will definitely see the new logo here, and here's another one. What you can also change is, let me quickly have a look, the icons. This is, for example, the favicon icon, which is here a little P for placeholder. You can change this one. The open graph images, This is something then when your site is shared, for example, on Twitter, you get this little preview box. These are the public assets OG images. So if you go to images, OG, there's a default. And this is the default image. The ultimate directory know where to find things. Obviously, you need to change this. And you best change this for all 3 dimensions here, because Facebook, Instagram, Twitter are using different dimensions. And with these 3, you cover 90%. This is perfect. Here you can also change the hero image, the placeholder image. If, for example, a listing does not have an image associated with it, you can change it here. So let's continue the color scheme. So when you want to change your color scheme, let's quickly do this. And let's go here. You see here a nice red. This is like the default scheme. We can go to shenzhen.com/themes. And he has a theme picker, so to say. So the default is a rose, actually. This rose. We can have a green, blue, yellow, violet, whatever you like. You copy the code. This is what you get. I'm built on version 3. So take this one and take everything that is within layer base. So and this is dark. So copy this. Go to the app global CSS file. Where is it? It's within app. Localhost global CSS file. And here you see, and you just replace everything that you just saw. However, be aware to keep this. So you might want to copy and paste twice. So for example, first everything that is in here. It's actually, the charts are also included, so you can do this. Just replace everything. The only thing that you don't want to replace is the star gradient color. This is the color of your review stars. So if someone reviews something on your website, this is the color of the stars. You can change this definitely here. And this is for the light mode, and this is for the dark mode. Perfect. So deploy to production. Let's have a look at nearly the last step. All right, perfect. So deploy to production, push to GitHub. If you don't have a GitHub account, create one now. And I would also suggest that you install the GitHub CLI. I already have it installed, so it doesn't make sense to show you here. But let's go in. My repository is called Tilka. We want to create a new repository. We're naming it using now, or whatever the name of your directory is. You can give it a description using now, website, or whatever. Important, make this private because you bought the boilerplate template and you don't want to make this public. Do not add a README or something like this. Just create the repository. Perfect. So now we have to initialize this. We have several options here. So let's have a look, or create a new repository on the command line. Push an existing repository from the command line. And if you get like these errors in the terminal, at the moment, as mentioned, TurboPack and Sentry are not working well together. So there is an issue. If you go out, go to package.json again, remove the turbo flag here, save this. And if you run it again, the errors will disappear. But yeah, And as we are deploying now to production, we want to remove this flag anyways. So what we can do is create another terminal window here, a fresh one. And let me see where. And follow the instructions for pushing an existing repository from the command line. So let's first copy this one. We're adding the newly created using now repository or whatever yours is. We do this. Then we create a new branch, call it main. And then we push everything to main. And now we wait. So while creating, let's refresh this first to see that we actually did something here. Perfect. And next you see that I made 12 changes along the way. So we also want to add them. So git add these, git commit changes, whatever. This will probably break. Let's try. Yes, subject line and type does not, cannot be empty. So what I created here is that you need to be very specific in what you're actually creating. So changes will not suffice. We can write sure, the foundation, and then we do make setup changes. Hit enter. And this is how we write commit messages and they will go through. Perfect. All right, so let's refresh this once again. You see here we have this fixed core and so on. So we have the latest version, it's online. So clicker using now, what we can do now, let's have a look at the README to stay in line here. So we pushed our project to the repository, import to Vercel. So I already have a Vercel account, so create one. And afterwards you will go to this link, vercel.com.new/new. And if you don't see your repositories, there might be an instruction here or guideline how to connect Vercel and GitHub. I already have done this, and you see here using now the repository I created 2 minutes ago. So I imported. The project name is using now. It is Next.js framework. We don't have a source file. We directly work out of the app directory. We do not need to change the build or output settings, but we do need to change the environment variables. So let's go back to our code. Let's go once more to our env.local file. Let's copy. I believe this is working. Let's find out. Yes, it is working. So it ignores all the comments here. We can delete the first one. So we have node environment. This is the only thing that we have to change here. We have to change it to production. Everything else is perfectly fine. And now we hit deploy. So the whole process will roughly take 4 minutes, sometimes 2 minutes, sometimes 3 minutes, but at maximum I had 4 minutes. So everything that we can do now is actually have a look at the build logs, which is super interesting to see what Vercel is actually doing to bring your project up to life. So they are cloning your repository, they're installing all the dependencies. Here you can see them, basically the same as we have in our package.json file. They run the build command, and now it takes a while. The initial commit, as mentioned, takes 4 minutes roughly. Every subsequent deployment will be much faster because they are creating a cache at the moment of some files of the structure of your web app or the dependencies. They don't need to be reinstalled. They will just have a look at the changes and only apply the changes. So once your website is then up and running, only the changes are migrated to your website. So let's wait now until this process is done. And everything what you're seeing at the moment is Sentry related, so that Sentry knows where errors can happen, and they will guide you then in their dashboard to the exact location in your web app that generates errors. All right. So what Vercel is now doing, as mentioned before, this is as much as it can be a static website. So on localhost, when you click a button, it takes a bit, sometimes a bit longer, depending on your machine. But on the internet, it will be much faster because here, as you can see, we are generating static pages. So we already created 148 static pages out of the box. And you can see them here. So a white circle means static, a black circle means basically static. It will initially or immediately load, and some data will be then fetched. And it's already, this is done. The website is actually live. Congratulations. You created your first website. So what do we want to do? So we can add a domain, but let's do it later. Let's continue to our dashboard. And here you see in Vercel your project. We can now use their domain using now .vercel. Let's click this link, open up in a new window, and you see. You even see it here now in German now, because I'm sitting in Germany. And as mentioned, this website comes in 4 languages out of the box. For this video, I'll go to English, and now it's in English. I also included a new logo, and you can see we have our initial listing here, and everything else that we created. For example, this one testimonial from my site. And what we can do now is click this. Did you see how fast this loads? It's because everything is static. It's loading immediately. If I click this link, I'm landing in nowhere at the moment because we did not connect the website or the domain to the website yet. But everything else, everything that is static will load statically. Everything that is dynamic will load dynamically. As you've seen here, only the middle part was loaded dynamically. Or the navigation here and the footer is static. All right. So let's do one last thing for now. Add a domain. So we go to back to Vercel. We go to settings. Down here you should have domains somewhere. I moved out of this project into my main organization. So if you click on settings, Here you have domains, and you see this using -now .vercel.app. This is automatically generated, but we want to have the real deal. So let's connect our domain now. I go to add. We have using now. It's a production website. It's not redirecting. And we can add this domain. What I always do is the second. So it's asking you whether you want to add www.using.now and redirect using.now to this one. But I actually like my domain short. So also Vercel is doing it. Vercel has no www here in the URL. They are also using this short one, vercel.com. So I like to use the second option, even though the first one is recommended. So let's add it. So we immediately get invalid configuration because we didn't do it yet. So let me log in at Namesheet, my registrar. All right, so here we are. So this is my Namecheap account. You see this domain using now. We click on manage here. At your registrar it might be different. But what we need to do is the same as we did before when we set up Resend. So let's wait a second here. Let's actually make this smaller. And this one smaller, so we can see both. What we want to do. This side is a bit broken. Let me. We want to change our DNS part here, where we already did this with Resend, and now we do this with Vercel. Okay, this is not mobile optimized. Let's just do it like this. So we need to add a CNAME with www. We do this. A CNAME is nothing else than a record here, a CNAME record, www, and the target is this one. Don't forget the dot at the end. We do it automatically. Next, we have to add an A record with the add sign. I can do this myself. And then the IP of Vercel. So we add both. And this is it. This is how you connect a domain to a project in Vercel. It is super easy. It cannot be easier. So what you see here, this refreshes, auto refreshes a few times per minute. And once the changes are live, as you see here, it's already live. It will automatically update. This can take up to 24 hours depending on your registrar. It should take something like, I don't know, an hour maybe. Did I actually forget something here? Remove the following conflicting DNS. Oh, I have a conflicting DNS. So this is troubleshooting here. But there is no other A record here actually. So this shouldn't be a problem. I have a look at what's happening here. So here they're auto redirecting. We don't want this. So we delete this. And this should be it. So the DNS stuff at Namecheap is not the best, to be honest. But it does the job. So what is already happening is when we go to www.using.now, it will redirect to using.now. Using.now, however, doesn't work at the moment. So we need to wait until this is done. As mentioned, this can take, oh, it just turned around. It just completed. So what we have to wait for, or we don't actually have to wait for it, but Vercel is also generating an SSL certificate. So your whole site is working on HTTPS and safe and secure. So let's check this out. So this is the first test if this is working. And it is working. Perfect. So we just connected a domain to our new website that we just created. Perfect. So let me have a look at what comes next in our list. This was actually the deploy to production part. So we are actually done. So what you should know, and I should tell you this, your job now is obviously to make this site yours, visually change the visuals, change the text, add a lot of listings, go nuts. And in the end, let's just go to the English website again. It's your, you should basically change the terms, the privacy, and the cookies. So the terms and conditions, they're automatically generated using your business name. You should definitely read them. For example, here are a bit of self-service promotion stuff that is actually from an older version. So you need to update this. Talk to ChatGPT once, talk to a lawyer to be doubly sure. I'm not a lawyer and I cannot give you any legal advice. This should be clear. So make sure that your terms and conditions reflect the truth. Perfect, this is it. Congratulations. You've reached the end of this setup guide. If you have any questions, go to GitHub, raise an issue. Currently, there are no open issues, but when you face trouble, click on new issue and describe what happened. I also like to invite you to the Discord that we're having. So I just created a new Discord, which is all about directories. Let's talk directories, let's talk setup, customization. If you have any growth guides, I'm happy to see anything. And you will see this if you go to DirectoryStack.com and through the Discord community link on top here. Currently, there's also one here. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.